And do you find that there are supplements and foods that you recommend to people depending on their confidence, like if people are depressed, etc.? Is there, like, a list that you can recommend for good quality supplements, nutritions, and foods for people to try?
Well, I would say in that case, it's mostly the opposite. It's like, what can I get rid of? So, too much caffeine, too much sugar, it's going to increase the adrenaline in our body. It's going to lead to us being stressed out and anxious. I dealt with that years and years ago. Too much alcohol, too much caffeine, not enough sleep. And, when you get rid of those three issues and you improve your lifestyle and you do better planning and preparation, that's when you actually get healthy again. So it's really taking care of yourself like a Formula One car. Making sure that you have high octane fuel in there, making sure that it gets rest, making sure that it gets an overhaul and an audit once in a while. And so it really is treating yourself like a high performance machine, like a fighter jet or a race car, whatever you want to say as the analogy. But that's how you have to look at yourself, and you can't be throwing in cheap gas, that is like the sugar that you put in there, because that's going to lead to bad news in the end. So I really want people to understand that they are high-performing machines, and that is how you have to look at yourself and take care of yourself.
Yeah, because there's that saying in there that, you wouldn't buy a Ferrari and put in the cheapest gas, so why fill your body with crap? It always puzzles me that, people who go to the gym and then think it earns them the right to have a bag of donuts.
Yeah.
Not the most logical sort of thing to do.
No, and it goes for your, it also goes for your mind as well. So Alan Cosgrove, who is a famous Scotsman like you, he has a great saying about, plant good things in your mind. Every morning you should wake up and you should read good things, because you treat your mind like a garden, and making sure that you plant good things is exactly the quote. I don't necessarily think it's his quote, but that's where I first heard it from. And it matters so much to make sure that you're only putting good thoughts into your mind and not the negativity that is out there today.
I mean, the mental strength is certainly something a lot of people struggle with. Do you still meditate? I read that you are a big fan of meditation. Is that something you still do as a ritual, or?
Yeah, I do it every day. So I tried in 2006 and I failed. And then I tried again in 2009 and I failed and I quit. And then finally in 2013 I said, I'm going to make this stick. And I started very easily with like a minute a day. And then I actually made it work. And so I haven't missed a day since January 31st, I believe, of 2013. I've had at least 5 minutes every day since, but it's closer to 20 minutes a day.
And what kind of benefits? I've tried Headspace, and that certainly benefited me. But for somebody that's skeptical on meditation, can you just give us a rough overview of how you think it helps? Do you feel calmer? Do you feel less stressed?
I would say it's helped me be more patient, because I'm a very impatient person. So it's allowed me to slow down. It's allowed me to think better. And, so sometimes I come up with some, really good ideas during meditation. I don't worry if there's no thoughts going through my head. I know that's supposed to be how you meditate, but I just sit there and focus on my breathing, which is most important, because I do meditation to help me reduce anxiety. So I just want to relax with the meditation and focus on big belly breaths and slow my heart rate down, reduce my blood pressure. And so it's really helped with all of those things, my health and my patience and my anxiety.
Yeah, that was something I wasn't sure if you wanted to get into, but you mentioned previously that you've suffered with crippling anxiety, and that it felt like a heart attack.
Yeah, really bad.
Can you give a...
I thought I was having a heart attack twice, and I went to the emergency room, and it was terrible. I was, I was probably a little bit older than you. I was about 30 years old when it was happening, and I was burning the candle at both ends, and I was working too much and partying too much, and then it caught up with me. and it felt like I was having a heart attack for 6 weeks straight. Tight chest, couldn't breathe, elevated heart rate, tingles from the top of my head down to the end of my fingertips. Man, it was terrible. It was really, really bad. I couldn't concentrate, and I went to the emergency room at the start of that and at the end of that, and then fortunately I tried all of these things like meditation and yoga and Qigong and learned how to breathe properly and used my 5 pillars of transformation, and finally I was able to overcome it.